Outnumbered by more than 13,000 troops, the Eastern Roman Empire must stand against a giant army of barbarians. Guys, welcome back to Total War Attila. Once again, we've got a pro versus noob scenario. This time, it's very different. So we have one pro leading a large army. And what that means is that he can have up to 40 units. But that's also true for the noobs. They have 3 armies and they all can have up to 40 units. So safe to say, there's a lot of units on the battlefield. And let me tell you guys, this one is packed full of juicy action. We're talking crossbow cutting down troops, artillery with explosive hits, bloody action, and it's over 120 minutes long. And like I said, the defending player, he is Tharshey, and he's leading the Eastern Roman Empire. Here is his army build. You can see it's very diverse with different unit types of axes, calves, spears, swords, and crossbows, and of course artillery. Tharshey is also a YouTuber, and you can check out his live gameplay of this battle on his channel, so please check it out, guys. Give him some love, subscribe, and check out his channel, link down in the video description. So the rules for the defending player, he was allowed 4 pikes max, 8 skirmishers max, 1 artillery total, wall artillery not allowed, deployables allowed for defenders, and gold chevrons allowed. Now looking at the attackers, we have the Franks, the Longobards, and the Swabians. Now, their rules, they were allowed 4 pikes per player, 4 skirmishers per player, max 6 cav per player, not including general, no artillery, and no chevrons. So guys, sit back, relax, get some snacks and drinks, and enjoy this absolute carnage of a battle. This is probably one of the best Attila battles I've ever seen, just in terms of the chaos and the excitement and how close it was. So I don't want to give too much away, but enjoy. Just look at this massive army. This is almost 20,000 troops ready to invade one player, Tharshey, who's leading the Eastern Romans. I mean, just look at the number difference here. Just under 6,000 against almost 19,000 troops. The defender is going to have to play flawlessly. He's going to have to use every unit to their fullest potential. And even more. I mean, he's going to have to try to use every unit type in perfect harmony to overcome such a massive force. And if we look at history, when a very small force is getting attacked or taking on a very large force, most of the time, I'm not going to say every time, but most of the time, the small force wins by breaking the will of the bigger force, going for the general, killing him, routing the enemy by getting a superior position. So I think the defender here is gonna have to rely on some definitely big morale breaking tactics to overcome this. I don't think he can actually kill every single man here and come out on top. Let me know what you guys think below. Like, what does history tell us about situations like this? What do you think Tharshey, the defender, the Eastern Romans are going to do here before we really, jump in? Looking at the settlement, it is pretty easy to defend, which, is even if it's easy to defend, he's so outnumbered, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying here is by looking at the layout of the settlement, he's going to rely heavily on these 2 bridges here. And notice he set up deployables, a lot of stone, which is going to slow down the enemy's advance or the attacker's advance. But he's going to rely on these 2 bridges to kind of win this battle. But that doesn't mean he's not going to try to hold in the outskirts here, because if he holds here, especially on this street here, it's going to provide some good supporting archer fire to get some kills and everything. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. It looks like the ram is bringing down the gate. The Longobards, they're bringing it down. Got some Germanic spear masters. I don't know if they're going to charge in right away. If they do, that's a bit of a mistake. I love how the ram just disappears from existence. But they're getting hit pretty hard by the towers, and now they're going to get all oiled up, and not in a good way, but in the worst way possible, which is going to burn a good amount of them. They're already down to pretty much 100 troops where they started with 160. We got some citizens, some bold citizens coming out and trying to fight. Look at this. What? Oh! They're slaughtering the civilians, and now we've got, what do we got here from, oh, we've got some guards from the Eastern Roman Empire. They are taking a little bit of a beating here from these spears who are throwing some jabbies. And there's a nice charge. That's where this two-handed axe guard unit is going to really inflict a lot of damage, is through their charge. Excuse me. A little phlegm came up. Anyways. A great charge there by the Cav. He's got his, basically his heavy shock Cav, like cataphract Cav. Great charge there, and he's going to have to rely on this Cav a lot. I like the setup here. I like how he's kind of set up this street so it provides a charge opportunity for the heavy Cav. They have taken control of the gate, and that's kind of what you risk in trying to do a setup like this, by letting them charge in like this. It's good because you're getting some good charges with your guard, which already have almost 200 kills. And then you have a more shielded Eastern Armored Legion unit, which they're going to be more of a stagnant, hold their ground kind of unit. So they're just kind of keeping them in check. And then nice play by the noob players here. This is the Longobards. They're charging forward their Germanic Spearmasters down the road here. They might actually get the defender by surprise. Here's the thing. Tharshey, the defender, yes, he has... The settings are on large armies, which means the attackers also get large armies, but he's got to control almost 40 units. So micro mistakes like this, where he just let his Cav get charged, it's not the end of the world, but he did lose an unnecessary amount of troops there. That is going to be the biggest challenge here for him, and he's doing a good job. He's kind of got these guys surrounded as they charged in, and he's going to be sending over reinforcements. He is fighting for the walls. So now we've got, what is it, the Swabians here? No, this is still the Germanic tribe here charging forward. But he's got some great infantry, very heavy infantry holding these walls, and he's going to hold the two important positions. And he's going to rely, I assume, on archers. Does he have archers firing at the flank? I don't see any. What's the unit here? Okay, Eastern Armored Legion. Let's see. Is he going to charge in with these guys? I think they're just standing guard just in case they push their way down these stairs. But it's getting messy. Am I seeing... What is this? Are these heads rolling? Oh my god. Do you guys see that? Just heads rolling off the wall. Pretty tragic. Pretty tragic. So this epic wall battle... This is going pretty well, I think, so far for the defenders. I keep saying defenders, but it's really just one player. Now we've got pikes coming in through the gate. The good news is that the attackers don't have to rely, or don't have to worry about the oil that's coming down on these troops. And if we look at the kills so far, it's about 400 have perished for the defenders. And about 1,000 plus, almost 2,000 have perished for the attackers. So right away, guys, we are seeing mass casualties with all things considered on both sides. I mean, think about it. For the defenders, losing 400 men, that's a lot of troops considering that you only have 6,000. So it's not like a ton. It's not like they lost half their army so far, but, you know, they've got to pick their battles very, very wisely. And you can see we're going to definitely get some framiness, guys, in this battle, just considering the sheer amount of troops that Attila, you can bring in Attila. I mean, just look at this. Let's get a tactical view. Look at all the troops he still has to take care of. This is nothing. This is nothing. So it's going to be exciting, though, if this does happen, to the point where the defenders even out the numbers to where the numbers are more equal. That's where, you know, that's where things will get interesting, and, you know, see if the defenders have enough there. But what's going to happen here is the defenders are going to have to preserve their archer ammo very wisely, and that is probably why he's not using his crossbows here. Because a common tactic for when you're holding the troops on the walls like this is to have archers on the ground here firing up and getting a flanking angle on the troops, so you can get a side shot on the troops attacking the walls. But I think he's preserving his ammo. I think because there's so many troops he has to kill, he's going to preserve it. We got another tower coming up this way. Oh, Elite Sword Herban. This is the Swabians. Oh, no, these are the Franks. My bad. These are the Franks. I love their little swirly shields. It's almost like hypnotic. Like, look at the pretty shield as I stab you. But yeah, really good defense here so far from the defenders. I'm just glad, or defender, I'm just glad he's not being super hyper passive. Because if you do that, I think he loses. I think he has to be aggressive like this. And I think he has to inflict as many casualties as possible by using superior positioning. But obviously, once the defenders get a strong foothold, it's time to call it quits. And yeah, guys, we are definitely dealing with some lagginess. I did lower my graphics. Oh my gosh, that guy just got speared so hard his head fell off. I did lower the graphics down a little bit. Again, you know, I'll get people who say, it's time to upgrade your computer. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's the game. It's not the system, where it's not the most optimized game. This is a common issue with Attila ever since the beginning. But yeah, now we've got more axes coming in. I don't think they're going to really land a good charge here because they're going to have to run through this shield wall. So not the most ideal situation, but they should still inflict a decent amount of casualties. And I'm just curious, let's look at some of these kills that the Eastern Romans have. This unit has almost 500 kills. This is the guard unit. This one has almost 400. The Armored Legion has 233. These numbers are looking good. This Eastern Roman Legion unit who just joined the fight, almost 80 kills. So looking really promising. And that's the nice thing, because there's so many players on the attacking side, they had to share their money a bit more. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that how it, maybe that does, you know, it's the way the money works is different in every Total War. So I might be speaking here, but what I'm saying is the defenders have, all the units have gold chevrons. So they're going to be like top of the top, you know, in terms of experience and skill. So it's going to be a tough fight for these attackers to fight through these guys. And it almost looks like he's fallen back here a little bit, reorganized. This unit has only 42 kills. So I think what he's doing here, guys, so this is my idea. Or not my idea. This is my speculation here. I think what he's trying to do is just delay on this wall. He's not really trying to kill them. And he's mostly killing here. This is the kill zone. This is where he's cycling in and out troops. He's charging in the cav, using elite infantry, and inflicting as many casualties as possible. And I think it's working out pretty well. He is also fighting up on the walls here because he has to. Because if he doesn't contain the troops on the walls, they can easily run around and flank and get behind this kill zone. The gate over here is now under attack. Look at this. The towers. This is one of my pet peeves about Attila. I hate how this works. When you capture a tower, it crumbles instead of just the attackers being able to use it. So it's really, really silly. But now we've got, are these pike or spears? These are medium pike infantry holding the gate. They also have some spears coming in to support because there's going to be a massive river. Look at this, a massive river of green. Look at all these barbarians. Look. Oh my goodness. It's looking like a Pearl Jam concert. I know, that's an old joke. That's an old joke. That's back when I played Medieval 2 a lot and it was Scotland. Anyways, yeah, so they're going to try to hold, I mean, this is not exactly the most ideal strategy for the attackers. This is going to play very heavily in favor of the defenders because he's going to be able to kill so many with so less troops. He is kind of pushing through some units. Let me tell you guys, pushing through units in this game does not work as effectively as Rome 2, because Rome 2, it was push throughs are obviously like you're abusing the game. But the way they fixed it in Attila is that if you push through with units, they'll severely get chopped down, which in some circumstances that makes sense. But he's got crossbows up here with only 92 kills. That's a little bit of a problem. He needs to get these crossbows more kills before they pick the bucket. And it looks like he's had to reorganize here a bit because I guess I'm wrong. I mean, the push through here is, because there's so many of them, it seems to be working pretty well. But these crossbows are going to get slaughtered. This is a little bit of a mistake, I would say, for the defenders. Oh, and it crashed. The game crashed. All right, guys, so we're roughly where we were before the crash. The pikes have set up over in this choke point. The crossbows up on the walls. Still not getting attacked yet, which is kind of surprising. They're letting these crossbows. This is a huge blunder. This is a huge blunder from the attackers. They could easily send up units to go silence these crossbows, but instead they're going to get some last-minute kills, which is going to... Oh, there they go. Now they're sending them up, but it's at this point they almost have 200 kills. So they should have been a little bit quicker on that one. They could have saved 100 lives there, most likely, but thankfully they are sending something up there to deal with them, and the crossbows most likely... Oh my gosh, look at the kills just tick up. 250, 260. Even while they're getting attacked, they're probably on guard mode, so they don't all just stop, because what happens if they're not in guard mode and they're getting attacked by infantry, they'll all kind of stop and deal with the infantry, but instead, they're just going to... Now they're at 300. That's amazing. That's amazing. So he kind of... Excuse me. He kind of made this crossbow worth it. Like, even... They were at 95 kills. Now they're almost at 400. And these swordsmen are desperately trying to silence them because... This is kind of cool. I mean, like, imagine being in this situation as a crossbowman. I mean, realistically, you would probably be fighting the swordsmen who are up here, but since it is a game, oh, now we've got artillery coming in. Anyways, they're going to hold their ground and just get as many kills as possible. 341 is pretty good considering the situation they're in. They might get even more. I'm just going to chill over here because now we got artillery coming in. Look at this. Boom. Oh, man. Artillery is now joining this. This is another kill zone, guys. I mean, this is another... They're at 356. I don't think... Here comes another... Boom! Oh, man! That was right near the gate. Once we're done watching these crossbows get... I don't want to miss this. I want to see how many kills this crossbow unit gets. We're just enjoying watching these guys fire. They are at 373. They are starting to break, though. Can they squeeze off a couple more, I don't want to say rounds, but a couple more volleys? 378. That's pretty good. They're done. 378. Here comes another artillery round. This is going to be juicy. This is going to be spicy. Here we go. Boom. Man, if it just was a little bit more to the right, that would have been devastating. Let's see how many kills the artillery has, as it's landed a good amount of couple hits. 431 kills, and look how little ammo it's used. I mean, it's got almost full ammo. So that pretty much every shot, now it's at 500 kills. Every shot has landed, and oh, it must have hit another good one. They're also running through the fire because they're using like fire ammo here, or like pots. Explosive pots. So it's gonna continue to count the kills as they run through the fire. This is a little bit of a risky play because the fire can catch your buildings on fire and spread, which will lower the morale of the troops in defending because of settlement damage, but they're only at 2% settlement damage, so it's looking pretty good. And now the pikes, I mean, The pikes are almost at 300 kills, and they have, like, no casualties. They need to stop advancing here and use archers. Now, keep in mind, guys, remember, that's kind of the gimmick of the battle. The attackers are noob, or, okay, they're noobs. I was going to say new players, but I just threw in noobs. Anyways, they're new players, so they're going to make silly mistakes like that, and that's why they have such a huge advantage. Back over this way, they have still not taken this gate. We've got units with almost 500 kills. We got swordsmen with 346 kills. We got another axe unit with 210. This axe unit is fighting to the death with 783 kills. They're down to 2 men. Can they get more kills? They're breaking, but they deserve to break. They've done everything in their power to save this settlement. So let those 2 brave men live on to tell the story of the bravery of their unit. Getting nearly 1,000 kills in one battle. That's insane. That is insane. This unit has 105. I mean, they're really making these guys pay for this ground. I think the defenders are going to completely win here. I think the artillery, this is just well played right here. This, yes, this is just so well done. I love the strategy here of it just all worked out, you know, them running through here. You would think, okay, hold the gate, that's the choke point, but really it's down here because when you open this up, it's a big open space for that artillery to land hits. He definitely planned this from the beginning. He almost have a, look at this, he almost has 1,000 kills and he hasn't even used half of his ammo. That is insane. And that's what that's what he has to do to win this battle, guys. That's what he has to do to win this fight. And let's look at the total casualties here. Wow. Wow. So the defender has killed almost 7,000 here. Almost, not exactly. Pretty close. And then he's lost a few thousand. He's, well, yeah, a few, he's at 3,800. So he's lost about 2,000, but he's killed almost 7,000. So far he's doing a pretty good job. And the way I look at it, the more these guys push in and actually attack the bridge, these are going to be just insane kill zones. And he still has so much ammo left with this artillery, which is now at 958. Honestly, he should probably hold the ammo because there's, unless he blobs up again and sends some forces out this way, he should probably hold his ammo because you want to make sure they're really blobbed up to get as many kills as possible. And there we go. He's got some swordsmen or spearmen, I'm sorry, standing with the spears. And what that's going to do is protect the pikes, I mean. So the spears are helping protect the pikes. This is in Rome too. This is kind of, most pro players ban this tactic because it's providing protection to the pike formation. And realistically, this would be very difficult to do, to just blend into a pike unit. And he's actually going to retreat out of there. That is smart. And it's the archers on the outskirts here of this bridge that are landing the shots. And that's a good move from the attackers. They need to do more stuff like that if they're going to win this battle. Now, obviously, all things considered, this has been a rough start for the attackers. But look at that balance of power. It's looking really good. It's looking good. Even though he's lost about 1,000 or 7,000 troops, it's still looking very promising. They just need to not... Basically, they just need to not have mass casualty events. You know, so over here, this was a huge blunder. They don't need to do this again. If they do this again, yeah, they're gonna probably lose this battle. But if they can just keep this up, do a slow grinding fight, even if you're losing the grinding battle, you have way more troops. So you just have to avoid mass casualty situations. Now we got some cav charging in. We've got some axemen with 100 kills. The cav has 56 kills. They're just staying in the fight. And now we've got reinforcements coming this way. This unit has 3 kills, so it's pretty fresh. They're going to charge into this spear unit. This is Godin's Chosen. I'm probably slaughtering these names. I do apologize. Attila is not the game that I play as much as Rome 2. And that's the exciting thing. You get to see a lot of cool new units and everything. I like that they're throwing down some axes from the walls above. That's pretty nice. I think pretty soon, Tharshey, the defender, he's going to have to, he's probably going to have to call it quits here. I think he's going to let these units fight to the death since they're already pretty depleted. These guards have almost 500 kills. These swordsmen have over 100. Yeah. So, pretty good KD right there. And then we still have these guards over here. They're going to rack up some kills. And I think he's going to let the Cav fight to the death here. The Cav now has 136. Oh, no. They're going to get out of there. Okay, good. Because you want to get them to score some charges. You know, you want to try to get them to land some charges because that's kind of what they're known. They're heavy shock Cav. They're not melee Cav, so you want to try to get some momentum in their charges. Now, back over this way, we have another massive rout situation. These guys aren't going to last much longer. I hope that he's holding his ammo because I really want to see this artillery get like 2,000 plus kills. That would be so satisfying. Just think about this, guys. Seriously, think about this. Look at how many casualties. So there's been about 8,000 casualties here. More than 10% is from one unit of artillery. More than 10%. That is crazy. That is crazy. So, I'm excited to see that artillery in action. It looks like he's just holding here. Maybe these units were breaking and have returned and he hasn't realized it yet. Here comes some more archer fire. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think, do they have artillery? I'm not sure. It sounded like artillery was landing over here. I don't know if it's this artillery. I don't think so. Well, actually, I think 973. Maybe they were doing some shots there, some standard shots just to try to break these guys. But the archers are kind of wasting their shots because they're firing into the Testudo formation. Let's see what this unit's firing at. Elite Germanic archers from Swabians. So they have some reach. Okay, yeah, they are going for the pikemen, guys. This is a huge win. Because the player, remember, he's microing like crazy. And I think he's focused over here trying to do cycle charges and stuff. He doesn't realize his pikes are getting chewed up. How many kills does the pikes have? Let's see. Because we want to make sure, you know, it's worth it. Almost 500 kills. So if they died here, wouldn't be a huge loss. But he is going for a charge here. He's sending over some guards. And I think he's going to go push these guys out of here. He's going to gain control of this area. If they're just going to sit there, yeah, might as well just charge in and clean them up. Charge in and clean them up. Here comes more guards charging in. This has been a fun battle so far. You know, whenever artillery gets wild, wet and wild, you know, I'm all game. I'm game. You've got my attention. Artillery gone wild. Anyways, yeah, it looks like they've claimed victory on this defense, so now they're going to push into the bridges. The infantry here is pushing out the attacking infantry, so they're going to regain control of the gate, which would be great because they can activate that oil again. I'm pretty sure, even if the towers are destroyed, I could be mistaken. I don't really like the tower mechanic in Attila. I've already said it, but I'll say it again. But yeah, they might as well just push, take control of the walls. You can put some crossbows up there. They can fire down on these archers. But we're going to do a little bit of an edit here and get to the point where they're attacking the bridges. All right, guys, so a couple minutes have gone by. All right, guys, so it's been about 6 minutes in the replay that have gone by. Mostly the attackers setting up their their forces in the city. They're taking their time. You know, they've got a lot of troops, so they're kind of running them around. Right here, we're looking at the gates that had the big battle. You can see the defenders are starting to waver as they're down to a few troops trying to hold the gates. The attackers have sent up some Germanic spearmasters who have great Javi capability. They're going to sit back and try to soften these guys up. I assume they're going to charge in soon. Now, looking elsewhere on the battlefield, you can see the forces have begun to move in and are very close to attacking the bridge. There's a bit of a cat and mouse game going on with this cav. The attackers really dead set on trying to kill the cav, which only has 2 kills. So I don't know what the logic here was from the defender. I think he was running them around and maybe trying to get the towers to attack. But notice, guys, that the attackers have taken all of the gates except for all the gates. For some reason, well, I guess the men are broken. Yeah, no. Yep, well, I guess not this one, but they're about to take it unless they send up reinforcements. The artillery has also shot a couple like rounds randomly. It's at 3 kills away from 1,000. He needs to save his ammo, honestly, because the enemy will blob up. Maybe. This is where things get interesting, because it's like, will the noob players learn and start to adapt, or are they going to continue to blob up their troops in one small area? They need to learn from this big blunder over here to not do that. But, you know, yeah, I think about 13, maybe more, 13,000 troops have died total from both sides combined. 13,000 troops have died. And now the defenders are down to 2,700 and the attackers are at 9,200. So, and here we go. I've seen this before. This is not going to end well. These crossbows up on this barricade, they are going to get 1,000 kills. Watch, guys. Look at, they're already at 225. Look at them. They are butchering this unit. There is no, dude, I'm telling you, crossbows are insanely strong in this game. This is just like, this is a good reminder why the Pope banned the crossbow to be used against Christians, because this is a war crime. And accompanied with the pikes, I mean, they need to get some archers firing on this crossbow unit. And look at, they're out of ammo. Okay, so they didn't get 1,000 kills, but still, they got 400 kills in a matter of seconds. That's insane. That is almost disgusting. And is he going to swap out a crossbow unit? I think so. I think so. These are elite units too. Oh, he's going for this. This is not going to help him any better. This is not. Does he have a crossbow unit on this side? He doesn't. What I was saying is he could have fired at these guys, but still. I'm curious if he's going to send up this crossbow. Yep, there it is. There it is. He's going to swap them out. This is like reloading a machine gun. Reloading, you know, it takes a little while, but once you get it going, oh my gosh, look out. These guys are walking too. Look, that's how confident they are. Now, it's more because when you tell units to get on walls and barricades like this, they always automatically walk. Anyways, they're about to slaughter these guys. They are about to slaughter them. They might not get as many kills as the previous unit, but because they're like facing the crossbows where they were shooting them on the side, but they're still gonna get a lot of kills. Look how cool this is. Look how cool that is. Just like these crossbows up here. I don't know. I wish there was more stuff like this in siege battles. More like barricades that you could set up and stuff. But they're almost at 200 kills. They're at 147. And this unit's going to break pretty quickly. He should fire at this cav, this noble Germanic horseman unit. Just fire at them. They'll probably chew them up in no time. If they're just going to stand there. They've yet to take any casualties, so they're not getting focused down. Oh my gosh, now he's going for a charge. Wait, he's got 2 units? Or did they split like that? Look how they split the 1 unit. That's kind of weird. But they just charged pikemen. That's a big mistake. And they're already down to 59. And the crossbows are going to probably focus their fire on them. They're at 224 kills. My goodness. It's just so fun. Like, this is what I love about these battles. Oh, and then here it is over here as well. Crossbows in a superior position. He's got a double layer here. He's going to hold them at the bridge. This is great. This is a good spot to hold them. Why? Because it puts them up above the defenders. So it makes it easier for these crossbows to land some hits. It looks like they're holding fire, though, interestingly enough. This is also a big target for artillery. Is he going to go for it? Well, he already has 1,015 kills, so let's see if he fires. Because yep, there it goes. There it goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They have not learned. Oh my gosh. These guys are going to be landing in the river. But what I was saying is what I love about these scenarios is the absolute killing carnage. And it's still going to be close. You know, even though we're seeing these impossible kill zones where you're seeing hundreds, thousands of troops die in one small area, the attackers can still win this because of their disgusting, advantage they have. Huge advantage that they have. But these spears are dying fairly quick, so they are making a little bit of a dent in the defense. These crossbows now almost at 300 kills. They'll get it in no time. Let's check out these crossbows up here. They're almost out of... Oh, once again, he's got a flanking shot. These guys are going to get 500 kills easy. Unless they run out of ammo. They'll definitely get 500 kills once they switch to their swords, though. There it is, 500. Well, this one has... Okay, and look at it. Like a magazine ready to be reloaded. He's got a fresh unit of crossbows ready to swap position. But here's the challenge. You can't exhaust too early. This one only got 400. He was 6 away from 400, which you kind of want to get all the crossbows to get at least 500, you know? But woo-wee. And then this crossbow over here, about to get 500. So there you go. That's good. And let's see. Come on. Yeah, 500. They're almost out of ammo. I want to see someone get like 600. Like, come on. Let's get that. 600. Do I see a general up here? Why did he send his general up here? Now it's a big mistake. That's a costly mistake. And they're going to be close to 600, but they are pretty much out of ammo. We got like one more volley here. And maybe it's enough to get... No. 543. Pretty good right there. And the pikes... These guys are going to get chewed up. They need to quickly switch out these crossbows with a fresh one. They got 2 over here ready to go. Over this way, they've decided to continue to hold this gate. Because I think the reason they're holding it with these pikes is that they don't... This is obviously a big kill zone. They don't necessarily need the crossbows. And the wall's going to protect them from enemy archer fire. So, yeah, here comes another wave of troops. And oil has been activated again, so that's good. That's going to really burn these guys. Okay, don't send in the archers. That's a big no-no. Don't send in the archers into the melee fight, please. All right, and then here we go. Crossbow has been switched out over on this side. They've yet to fire. They're not going to waste their ammo on one guy here. Look at this. Brave soldier fight. It's this guy here. Let's see if he can put on a good show for us. Like, oh yeah, let's go. He's not giving up. He's the last of his unit. He's fighting to the death. Oh, okay. Is that the crossbow? Did the crossbow, someone from the crowd just shoot him? This crowd. Yep, it was the crossbows. They just took him out. That's kind of lame. I wanted to see him fight to the death. A sword fight. All right, there we go. Finally, he's changing units over here. Now, here's the advantage of having less units now. Now that more have died, having less units means he can micro more efficiently. And that's why I'm really glad he saved his crossbows for a moment like this. It's because since he has less to manage, he can swap out the crossbows effectively. He also has a third crossbow over here. I think he had a total of 8 crossbows, so he's now down to his 4. He's down to the bottom half, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So once again, it looks like the attackers are taking a step back and they're regrouping their numbers. They got to get these troops back up there and in position. Here's the thing, guys. Yes, they're bleeding troops at a ridiculous amount, but once the crossbows run out of ammo, the defenders are in big trouble, and they're going to have to rely on what's left of the artillery, which has 1,100, about more than half of his ammo's spent. So let's see. I'm rooting that he gets 2,000 kills. I'm hoping he does. But you just got to keep sending troops. I mean, if they were a little bit wiser, a little bit more experienced in the game, I would, of course, recommend that they send up the archers to shoot at the crossbows on these barricades, just to try to chip away at them a little bit, you know? But since they're not going down that route, they have plenty of cannon fodder to absorb this ammo, and then once they do that, it's going to be a tough fight for the defender. A very tough fight for Tharshey. So we'll see how that progresses, but I think we're going to get going here again. Here we go. Yep, we've got, these are kind of lower end units. You can tell just by the look of them. Looks like they're kind of, and there's women in here as well. Like, why are you sending your women to war? Anyways, they're going to get focused down by the crossbows. Well, maybe not. Maybe the crossbows will hold fire here. Personally, I would hold fire because these units kind of suck. They're not the best units, but he's going to let them loot. Oh, look at that. It's like, it's almost as nasty. It's like watching Napoleonic battle or Civil War battle when they do a volley and you see the troops drop. Like, these crossbows are insanely deadly. This unit might get more than 600 kills or 600 kills because they're at 400 already and they have half ammo. So I definitely think they can get 600 kills. They might want to hold fire here because the angle's not great. We'll see. They're going to keep going though. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. This is just disgusting. I love it. It's so satisfying though. You know, you just can't help but not look away. Seeing these troops just gunned down, you know, crossbowed down. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, now he's sending up some spears to hold this bridge. He's going to go with a similar tactic. I think he likes the elevatedness of the bridge, which again provides an easier angle for the crossbows. I mean, look at this position. This is, if they actually do push forward, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. There's going to be no protection for the attackers if they actually try to pursue and push here. They're still holding at the bridge very effectively. They got to get some sort of skirmishing capability here to weaken these crossbows, which the crossbows have 155 and the spears have 95. So they've got a lot of kills there. And if we look at the overall kills, it's inching closer and closer. You can see that the game is no longer chugging along with frames. It's a bit smoother because there's way less troops now. The attackers down to 6,300, the defenders 2,200. So the defenders have not lost anything here. And that's to be expected because of these bridges. And here we go. The crossbows are absolutely going to dominate here. And again, it's all about just get through the ammo. Just get through the crossbow ammo. I like that the attackers are using cheap troops here, and hopefully that's not the reason, is because that's all they have left. Oh my gosh, look at them run into the pikes now. Imagine being told to charge in this situation. This is disgusting. Look at this. Not only are they just evaporating from the pikes, they're also getting just sniped by the crossbows, and this would just be... Basically, at this point, you're praying that a crossbow hits you in the head and it's instant. Because, yeah, this is not going to end well. Let's get the crossbow point of view here. Oh yeah. 262 kills. Let's see. Let's give an award to the crossbow unit that gets the most kills. And now they're changing targets. Interesting. What are they going for? It looks like they're shooting. Looks like they're kind of shooting across the bridge, maybe going for the cav. They're kind of threatened by the cav there a little bit. But I think they should keep focusing that infantry. They're going to get 400 kills, but I don't think they're going to reach 600 here because they are almost out of ammo. But they should get to 500. It's going to be close. And, oh, they were 3 away from 500. And they're going to, like I said, they're going to reload here and get a new crossbow unit in position. This unit of crossbow, this crossbow unit has 553. They might break the 600 barrier. Okay, the great 600 barrier. The balance of power is starting to shift a little. Still greatly in favor of the attackers, but it is starting to shift slightly. So that is good for them. That is exciting. And now more and more infantry is charging through the streets. Let's head back over to this fight. And we're down to less than 40 minutes in this siege battle. This is quite the battle, guys. But just look at the struggle here. And I think we also have... Okay, check this out. We've got a crossbow unit in the fight. Oh, no, never mind. Those are spears. He is yet to charge in the crossbows. So let's just look at some of the kills. We've got 519. We got 394. That's probably the weakest amount of kills. This unit has 497. Is that can't be all of them. This unit has 0. They haven't started yet. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is all of them. So right now, 570. This unit here is the leader going into the clubhouse. You know what I mean? Actually, this unit is at 553. Okay, so yeah, they're still the leader, but this one has some holes to play. Okay, I'm doing some golf lingo here. Anyways, they still have some ammo. They could definitely break that record of 570. Notice, look at this. Good play by the attackers here. They're burning down the village. Now, this will cause our frames to chug, but it is smart because it's going to lower the morale. It's already down 3. The melee attack is down 3. And melee defense is down 3. This is why it's pretty important to try to hold as much as the settlement as possible, because they can burn it down, and that's going to greatly lower the morale of your troops, because they're going to be like, what are we fighting for? A burnt city? Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, these crossbows are now opening fire as well. 155, but I think he's holding ammo. Yeah, he's holding the ammo. I think he's gonna save the ammo for when his troops are a bit thinner, and it's gonna be desperate mode here to try to get some ammo to support. But this is definitely a concern, and now he's moving up the crossbows to act as infantry. That's kind of where the desperate situation is. But I'm not going to count the kills with the swords. I'm counting purely crossbow bolt kills. And again, the leader is 570 right now. The one that's close and could break it is this unit over here, but they're no longer attacking this bridge, so it could be a problem. Oh, look at him just stack his crossbows over here. I love it. I love it. He's also preserving 2 units of these elite guard. These guys are really good, and they have a good charge bonus. Wow. How do they have 159 kills, but only a... Wow. Okay, they're doing good. They barely have taken any casualties, and they have a ton of kills. Combined, they have over 200 kills, and they've only lost like 10 guys. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, they're still holding over here. They have yet to break in, but it's good that the attackers are keeping some units busy over here. You know, these units could be racking up kills over on this fight. I hope the attackers don't concentrate one spot. He needs to keep attacking this bridge. They are at 20%. settlement damage, which again is going to hurt the morale. Already at -4, and that's really going to add up. I am getting kind of concerned for the defenders because they're starting to run out of ammo. They're starting to run out of troops. Their morale is going down. It's looking a bit bleak for the defenders, so it's going to be exciting to see if they can actually pull this off. All right, guys, here we go. They are doing a massive attack on this far bridge. The defenders are down to a handful of troops holding the bridge, relatively speaking. And let us not forget the artillery that has a little less than half ammo. They most likely are going to start opening fire here. Ideally, I assume they would prefer them to mass charge this bridge because this artillery would have a much easier target. It's much closer. So this catapult's going to have to fire a little bit far off. Let's see if he actually fires it. It's already aiming at this direction. So, oh man, if you can actually land some hits here, that would be so good. That would be so freaking good. Let's see if he can do it. He's not firing yet. I think he's gonna wait until they are very close here. Oh my gosh, look how blobbed up they are. This is a big mistake. He should not be attacking with this amount of troops in one area. He should not be doing that. Now, the reason he's going so slow is because all these stones in the way. It's a deployable thing. But I'm going to zoom out. Let's see. What is the damage now? The damage is 22%. I'm going to just stay right here and wait for this artillery because I know he's hovering the trigger. They're hovering the trigger and they're ready to pull it and get some kills. If they can land here, this could save the entire battle. He needs to go for it. At least do one volley. It's kind of too late now. They're starting to move through it all. But still, they're going to blob up. What the heck is going on here? Look at these goobers. Yeah. That's physics right there. All right, there we go. Crossbows are going to open fire. And they're racking up kills. Is the artillery going to fire, though? I think he's being patient. Nope, nope. There he goes. They're moving. I'm chilling here. Yes! Yes! Okay, here we go. Oh! This is not ideal. This is not ideal for the attackers. This is not ideal if you're one of these soldiers. Getting flanked by crossbows and pots of fire being tossed. They are hitting, but they're not quite in the center. Let's see if he can get a lucky hit. This artillery is definitely going to get 2,000 kills. Definitely going to get 2,000 kills. Here we go. Come on. Come on. It's at 1,157? Really? He actually hasn't killed that many from those two volleys. Oh, that definitely killed a lot. That was fun. Imagine being tossed around by that. Okay, yeah, that definitely got a lot there. But I think the fire isn't necessarily affecting the bridge here. They've got to hurry. Oh my gosh! No way! That's juicy. You might have to charge in these crossbows. You kind of want to contain them here because the artillery is getting so many kills. Oh, that one went too far. Went in the water. Ooh. Yeah, that infantry's got to be glad about that. See, that's the challenge there. The bridge, even though it's narrow and it clumps up all these troops, it also makes it difficult for the artillery. But all things considered, this artillery's got pretty great aim. Okay, that one kind of hit. So, but that's just how it's going to go, you know? That's just how it's going to be. Let's see. He might want to control it himself. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. These troops are starting to break, though. And they're at 1,344 kills. Come on. Hit one right in the center. Oh, that was he probably got a couple there. He needs one right here where my cursor is. Right where all those troops are. Just begging to be burned. Oh, yeah. Isn't that so satisfying? That is so satisfying. So he's going to get, I think he's going to get about, he might be short of 2,000, but he's going to probably get on the other side of 1,500. Oh, that's a good one. Unless he lands just like amazing hit after amazing hit. I don't think he's going to get 2,000. So we'll see. The crossbows here now opening fire. They have been holding their fire. I think they were waiting for them to break through. And they're at 400 kills with a little less than half ammo. Let's see. Here's this bridge. They have yet to charge. They are just kind of waiting there. So they're going all in over here. I think that's a mistake. I think the attackers need to attack both sides. Is the artillery going to hold fire? They're at 1,500. He's probably got a couple more pots. He might be waiting for them to all clump up over here. He needs to disperse and attack both sides. If anything, I would just focus on these crossbows. But even if you break through the crossbows, there's elite guard waiting for you. I mean, this just sucks if you're one of these soldiers. It just total suck mode. But yeah, the crossbows, they're gonna do some work. Even if they're just crossbows, they're gonna get some kills. Oh, look at this. The crossbows are, oh no, the spears are breaking. These crossbows are falling back. They got 636 kills. That's the new record, guys. And these crossbows are at half health. I don't know what happened to them. They must have been hit by archers. But they have 0 kills. They need to hurry up though. They're walking to this barricade. This barricade's about to be attacked. Maybe not. They're just kind of sitting there. That's not good. They need to destroy that barricade. Little insight. The reason the crossbows are so deadly on the barricade, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the barricades glitch out and let the crossbow, or maybe it's not a glitch, but a mechanic. I don't know. But they increase the firing rate by like 2. And that is why they're able to fire their crossbows like a machine gun on these barricades. So yeah, attacking this is going to be vital. And now buildings are burning. And they need to focus. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. This unit's going to get melted. They're breaking over here. They can't even break through these crossbows. The artillery has not fired, so he's saving his ammo. And we're getting down to the wire, guys. Balance of power still greatly in favor of the attackers. Oh, yeah. Look at the difference now. We've got 2,800 for the attackers, 1,600 for the defenders. The defenders are going to start to lose men quickly here, relatively speaking. Not as quick as the attackers, but they're going to lose troops quickly because they have these crossbows fighting, and now they've sent up the axemen to support them, which is going to help them out a ton. Oh my gosh. Okay. So they're most likely going to hold here, but I like the fact that they're not attacking here per se. They're just keeping them busy, and that will keep these units over here. But we still have a healthy unit of cav. We got the general. But there's still a lot of units left, guys. Some spears, some swords, elite swords from the Franks. Elite Germanic archers. Hopefully they can get some kills here. Yeah, the archers coming into play late. Guys, they should have done this like forever ago, but at least they're doing it now. And they're getting some good kills here. 82 kills. That's really good. I think they're firing at the crossbows, it looks like. And I think some artillery just hit there. So they've got, yeah, 15, 20 for the artillery. Really nice. Oh, yeah, archer fire coming. There you go. Very nice. So they might even kill this crossbow before they use all their ammo. Look at that. He's going to try to avoid that next volley. They do break. Very good. Now go after this next crossbow. Very wisely, they're going to retreat, though. Get them out of there. And now we've got some spears marching through this bridge. Got to get those generals up into the fight. We're going to need the generals. This is it, guys. This is the moment we've been waiting for. All through the carnage, all through the death and fire and burning. This is it. This is the final countdown. The Eye of the Tiger. Whatever stereotypical song. This is the end. And this is where it's pretty even. Look at the balance of power. I mean, it's still in favor of the attackers, but of course we know the skill of the defender is going to make this even. They're pretty much out of ammo. They've got a little bit of crossbow ammo over here. They got a little bit of artillery. But it's all going to come down to the infantry. And let's not forget, I think at this point, their two deadliest units are these two right here. They have a lot of kills with very little casualties. 260. They have 146 when they started with 160. This unit has 50, but they've only lost 2 men. So it's these, and that's why they're keeping them back, because they don't want them to get shot by arrows, because the arrows will absolutely destroy them. So let's hope that the attackers are wise with their ammo. I'm glad he's holding his ammo here. They got a decent amount of kills. That's pretty good. And now we've got some spears crossing the bridge. And this spear unit is about to touch down. It's about to clash here. Germanic spearmen against the Eastern Auxiliae Palantina. Which I probably have butchered that. But I think the Eastern Romans are going to win this engagement. I don't know. They're a little wounded, but still. I think the Romans are going to win. But they're going to they need to send more. They need to send, look at the trail of breaking troops. They are broken though. They're not routing, they're not breaking, they're broken because they're not coming back. They're done. Put a fork in them. They're done. So we are down to the last a little over 20 minutes. Which is kind of crazy that there's still 20 minutes. Oh, and there goes the artillery. Oh, the artillery is targeting the archers here. Because that just shows how much of a threat they are. That they're willing to exhaust the last of their artillery. But now we have Cav accompanying the spears to cross the bridge and bring the fight to the defenders. The crossbow units are closing in. I think they're going to want to try to hold the near exit of this bridge to try to contain the Cav. Obviously, they don't want the Cav to get any momentum to land a good charge. And here we go. Yeah, they're going to charge in here. But the crossbows are going to do the best they can and get some last-minute kills before the unit is exhausted. And the fight is still going on over here. Look at this. The fight between these spears are still going on. And it does look like... Let's see. Does it say who's winning? I think... Yeah, the Romans are winning. But they're going to send up some crossbow support here. Kind of give them a little extra hand in defeating this unit. So good for them. Over here, they're still chilling over here. They're still not attacking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there they go. They're gonna get to the ramparts. Oh, there goes some artillery. Another good artillery strike, all things considered. Now that the units are starting to be less and less, it's harder to hit them all. The artillery is at 1,600 kills. And there it is. That's it. They're out of ammo. Oh, they do land the last shot right there on the bridge. So that's going to get them to just shy of 1,700 kills. Now, of course, they can still get some kills by using the large onager crew. They're not really going to get that much, but nearly 2,000 kills, which is so impressive. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. And here comes what's left of the attacking force. Elite swords, spears, archers supporting. Let's see what are the archers firing? Good, good. I don't want him to waste ammo on the crossbow crew. He needs to save his ammo for these buggers right here. He's got to. If they're going to win this. And look at the balance of power. It's starting to shift to even. Oh, and he decided not to go for it. It looks like he's retreating here a little bit. Probably because his unit is winning. So he's like, there's no point of wasting my ammo. Look at the officer. Look at the officer. He's in the thick of it too. Love that purple that the Eastern Romans have. But yeah, he decided not to use what's left of that ammo. And it's pretty crazy. This ammo is going to be so important, guys. Even if it's just a couple volleys. I think he's going to actually go onto this barricade because it's still functional. It's at 35% damage, 60% fire damage. They've done 24% damage to the overall city. They need to keep burning down buildings. You know, it's going to help them out. And here comes more crossbows that have used up their ammo, so they're going in as infantry, and they're sending in some guards. This is when you want to use the ammo here, guys. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. This is a good move right here. This is a good move. I like this. Oh, he might actually come out on top here, guys. The defender, the pro player, he might actually come out on top. And I like that he's moving his crossbows over here, because they're going to get on this damage barricade and they're going to slaughter not everyone, but what's left of their ammo. It's going to kill a lot of enemies. See what these archers are doing here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The archers they're at 133 kills. Good for the Swabian archers. Elite Germanic archers, to be exact. And let's see what they fire at. Please tell me they're going to fire at these axemen. Where are they? Kind of looks like they're firing this way, but the shots are probably going to go this way. So yeah, you got to fire at these axemen. And here comes the crossbows. They're taking their sweet time too. They're just like do 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 do. And that's fine. They've got the time because they're not going to break through this blob of troops anytime soon. We are now down to, wow, the difference in numbers are almost even now. Almost even. 1,200 versus 1,900. Let's see if they can pull this off, guys. I don't know. I just don't know. You might be thinking, of course they're going to pull this off. Look how many yeah, but they've exhausted almost everything. This crossbow is going to be it. And then now it just turns into a meat grinder. And they don't have the numbers to win the meat grinder. So those axes is really going to come down to those axes in the cav. If you can land some good cav charges, you know, that might be the difference maker. I kind of want to chill here and wait for these crossbows to open fire. The crossbows are breaking, which you can see the balance of power is now shifting a little bit more in favor of the attackers. They're almost down to 1,000 troops. This is a big win for the attackers here. You notice they're not really bleeding that many troops. They're not bleeding that many troops. Now's the time to let loose these crossbows and get some kills. Look they haven't lost a man in a good 30 seconds. 1946. Oh, and here comes some axes. Killing these crossbowmen. You gotta let them loose. They're still at 1946. I'm not going to change this view until they get a kill. The defenders, that is. There are almost less than 1,000 men. Guys, this is it. We're down to the last 15 minutes of this battle. Oh, boy. Are you going to... There it is. Now, 1945. Finally, they got one kill there. Okay, and now it's drastically changing because the crossbows are just letting loose. But they don't have that much ammo. They get over 600 kills. Can we get to 700 kills? I think the max was like, what, 640, 670 or something? Come on, 700 kills. Come on, come on. Come on, 700. 700. I think they're going to do it. Yes! 700 kills right before they run out of ammo. 704 to be exact. And that greatly just saved a lot of lives there. So what do we do here? What do we do? He's starting. Okay, so this is interesting. He's shifting over some pikes quickly. He's moving pikes. We got pikes. These guys should go in. They could probably kill these guys because they got the reach. They could take control of that gate. But they've got the cav. They got the two axes that are just waiting. It's all gonna come down to these units here, right here, the cav and the axes. Because they're... Oh, man. And now, okay, nice. They're charging in these spears. They should break these guys. But then they have a whole bunch of archers they're going to have to take care of. So obviously the main deadly force for the attackers is right here. They're going to slaughter these crossbows pretty quick. Pretty quick. And now the cav. Here we go, guys. This is where the pro plays come in. You can't rely on choke points anymore. And you're greatly outnumbered. And he's bleeding troops. Now, it's a little bit of an illusion because the troops he's losing are the crossbows, which we know aren't going to put up that great of a stand. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Holy frames. Oh, nice charge. And he got about 30 kills from that charge. He needs to get out of there, though. Unless he's going to follow up. Yep, he is going to follow up with some axes charging in. This is it. He's going all in. And I think this barricade is now working against the defender because he could have charged in a flanking charge here on this blob and break them. But the barricade... So it's smart that the attackers are not destroying this barricade. It's cutting them off, so he doesn't have to worry about that flank. And he's just leaving the cab there, and the cab's actually doing pretty good. I mean, he's only lost 4 men, and he has 88 kills. And now the axes are coming in. Oh my gosh, he's gonna pull this off. He's gonna pull this off, folks. I mean, these axes, these guard units are so freaking good. I mean... And let's not forget about the pikeman over here who's just letting him rest. Can they send in this pike unit? It's making me antsy. I don't think he remembers. I think he's just focused elsewhere. He needs to go in and attack these guys because, I mean, he's got oil he has to worry about, but this unit's pretty depleted, like half strength. So I think they can defeat them. And look at all the breaking here. Let's look at this balance of power. Look at, you can see it shifting. You can see it shifting. They're still greatly outnumbered, but look at all the breaking troops. And now we've got the general charging in. Got the general charging in. We got the cab charging in as well. And this is coming down to the wire, guys. This is so exciting. Let's see. Come on, show me these kills. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. They still have quite the number advantage. And it's not all just like archers. There's some solid troops here. Now the crossbows are joining in. These are the victorious crossbows who won the medal for most kills with their crossbows. But they're going to add some kills to their overall kill count because they're going to cut down some breaking units. Oh, they're breaking a ton of these troops. Oh, this is... That might be game right there, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be hard for the attackers to recover from this. It's going to be hard. Yeah. Are they... Okay, finally, they're sending in these pikes. Remember, they are going to have to deal with the oil, but... We'll see. They got to hope that they can beat them because there's nothing guarding this. Oh, he's going to put his... He's putting the onager in the gap here just to make it awkward. That's pretty smart right there. I like that. Just kind of block the path and make it awkward. He's now retreating a bunch of troops here. So... Interesting. Why did he give up that fight over there? I think he should just keep fighting. And don't destroy this barricade. Do not destroy the barricade. Because it's going to leave it open to cab charges. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. Like, I feel like he could have left his units there and he could have won this. I'm not sure why he's retreating. Because, or maybe it's the pikeman here that he's worried about. It's a perfectly healthy pike unit. And these spears, man, how many kills have they got? 347.
The whole unit has been destroyed.
Another unit gone. That's, I don't know who that was, but... balance of power is in favor of the defenders. Ooh, he was at a nasty number there. 660 now. Once this crossbow unit breaks, that's gonna... This is close. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he's consolidating his forces. It does appear that... Oh, he's gonna win this. Yeah, it's the oil, guys. Dang, there's not much he could do here. So that's what that's going to do is free up this unit. So he's going to have another unit, and that's probably why he gave up on blocking this path. He's probably going to now block a different path with this artillery. We're down to the less than 10 minutes. And, oh, don't mindlessly run into pikes. Please don't mindlessly run into these pikes. Please.
Now is the hour.
Okay, good. So he's going to break down the barricade. He's using his general, the Frankish general. So it's going to take a little while. Those barricades are stronger than they look. And now we might have like a little general v general battle here, which would be pretty cool. And here we go. He retreated his bows, which is actually pretty smart, because these pikes are going to win this engagement. And there's nowhere these spears can run. They can't run, right, unless they destroy their own barricade. So they're going to just stand and fight. So this should be a winning situation here for the attackers. Balance of power is still slightly, I would say it's slightly in favor of the defenders. Or the defender. The one player. Why are they charging these spears? You're wasting units. Oh, man. That's a waste. Let's look at the numbers. Oh, there's only a difference of a handful of troops now. Pretty much 600 against 765. And counting less. So pretty soon, for the first time in this entire battle, the balance of power is going to be, or the number of the man count is going to be even. Pretty soon. And there we go. Oh, this is smart. Look at what he's doing with this. Oh no.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the
Oh no. Look at this cheeky little play. He's going to try to save these spears. I love it. So he's going to send his cav all the way outside. He's going to go through this gate, which he might get hit with oil, but he's going to go through and just hit the rear of either this force here or this force over here. Thankfully, he gave up on attacking these pikes because that's a losing fight. These pikes have almost 500 kills. I cannot wait to see the end results. Win or lose, I cannot wait to see what the defenders get in terms of kills. It's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. All right, so the barricade's almost destroyed. They need to get some infantry to help out this poor cav because it's just not doing any damage here. There you go. Get the general. Yeah, get the archers. Just start hacking at it with their little side weapons. I love how this this artillery is just moving in the way to make it more difficult for, I guess, the cav to get good charges in.
Attack them! Get the banners!
I don't know why he just charged the barricade, but to each his own. He's got 3% and then it's destroyed. And boom. All right, now he can charge in. There's some spears waiting for him. Here we go. He's going in to these pikes. He's probably going to slaughter these pikes. The cav is too far away. Way too far. And they definitely lost some units running through the oil. Look at all the dead bodies over here. It's just disgusting. Anyways, he's going to try to race over. I don't think he's going to get there in time. The spears are already breaking. This is going to definitely shift the balance of power. Oh, guys, this is going to be close. Now he's going to kill the artillery crew. This spear unit's falling back. I'm curious to see what he does with this cav. Because all the pikes have to do is turn around, and this cav can do nothing. But he's still got these guard units, which they're going to get so many kills here. I don't think they can win. Unless the attackers do something creative with this cav, which I don't think he's capable of. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. He's a newer player, so I just don't think... It's like they could win if they had the skill. You know, try to use this cav. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Like, what do you do? I love this tactic here, though. This is a great tactic of moving up the artillery, making it awkward for the cav to get any charges off. And I think the man count is almost even. The man count is almost even. And he does charge the Cav. What happened? How did he charge pikemen? Were they not paying attention? He must have not. Well, they recovered. Good. Good. He just, he recovered there. That was close. I don't know how that Cav was able to sneak up on those pikes. He must have been looking elsewhere. But here's the other thing, guys. These artillery pieces work both ways, where he's also not going to land a great charge with his axemen unless he falls them back and lets them run past. You know, the enemy run past. Oh, man, if he had if he had one archer unit, I think he could win, because you could chew up this unit with archers. And then that's your entry into the back lines here, and you have plenty of cav. You have more cav than him, and you could run amok. Run amok. That's why it's so important to keep your archers alive until the very end. To have at least one unit with some ammo. But this is going to be a problem. Once they destroy this barricade, they should get the pikemen involved too, because that cav's not coming back. Just get as many units bringing this down so you can attack the other side. And now we've got the general charging the Swaby nobles. And we've got the Roman general as well. He's about to charge in. And the pikes... Oh, see, here's the thing. If the pikes abandon this, they're out in the open. And the cav could get some good side charges on them. He's going to have to micro. There's going to be a lot of microing here from the defenders if he's going to pull this off. Guys, we're at the last 2 minutes of this battle replay. A little more than 2 minutes. This is insane. This is coming down to the wire. This is I love this. Not only was this just like a ridiculous scenario, but the fact that it's coming down to so close of a situation. Both sides. Let's see. Okay. For the first time ever since I checked, the defenders have more troops than the attackers. They have more troops than the attackers, so balance of power is looking pretty good. Pretty good. So, yeah, I don't... Oh. A pretty decent charge there, honestly. A pretty decent charge. But they need to get out of there. Go. Don't... That was good. Good job by Swaby. That was actually pretty good engagement there. And these axemen are starting to get pretty depleted. They take care of those pikes. And let's not forget about this. You broken the barricade. Oh, you guys are breaking. Swaby's break. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's game. There's no way the attackers can win this. The defender has pulled this off. Unless something crazy happens where they kill the general or something. But it's not going to happen. And now the jaws of victory are closing in on the attackers. They had such ridiculous advantage. It's close in numbers, though. I mean, the bounce of power can be deceiving when there's so few troops like this. My goodness. My goodness. What a fight this has been. What a fight. But I think they do have it. These axes are pretty good at handling cav. So I don't think, you know, there's not much they can do. They're going to try to charge these spears. Oh, that's a good charge. It's actually a really good charge. You might actually break these 2 units. Oh, that's really good. Good job. Yeah. Hey, you know, give it to the attackers for putting up a fight, though. Even when the tables have turned. It's still very, very close. Unfortunately, this general is breaking. He's going to get it. Oh, don't break. Charge. No. Wow. Down to the wire, guys. And that's going to be it. Oof. I need a nap after this battle. That was a great fight. That was extremely close. But the defenders do take it with a Pyrrhic victory. Just amazing moments in this battle of use of artillery and use of crossbows. You could see his knowledge of the game really paying off, using specific units in specific positions to maximize the amount of kills they're capable of achieving. And of course, we also saw the lack of knowledge and the lack of skill from the attackers. And that's the whole point of these scenarios, right? It's this wave defense against new players, and that's the fun of it. So let's end this replay. Look at the results here. Big shout out to Tharshey. He set up the scenario. Guys, count it. I hate that Attila doesn't show total kills. It shows the kills on the unit cards, but you're gonna have to add them up. So if you want to do that and write the kills in the description, please do so. I'd appreciate it. But look at some of these kills. I mean, most kills for an infantry unit, it's probably one of these guardians. 650, 784. That's insane. And then the highest kills for the crossbow, 769. So an infantry unit getting more kills than a crossbow unit. This pike getting 667. Artillery, it's like cutting off, getting 1,600 kills. The cav doing what they need to do. I mean, this was a well-orchestrated defense, and it was a lot of fun. But let's give a round of applause to the attackers, the newer players who are just, doing their best. And you can see that if they did a little bit better with their archers, I think this guy did pretty good with his archers. This was Swaby. Yeah, we saw Swaby kick some butt with some archers. So, it all came down to the archers. If this guy didn't bring any archers, oh my gosh, he brought so many of this unit. Pretty bad army comp here, but yeah, this was fun, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot to me. We're getting close to 1 million. So, even if you don't really like my channel, just subscribe. Help me reach 1 million, okay? That's all I'm at. I've been doing this for so long. We're so close. I appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this hour and 22-minute replay. I know the actual video probably won't be that long, but yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.